Welcome to the city of Olympia in Washington State. This is the state capital. Here is Capitol Lake. And this is just one of the many homeless camps spreading throughout the parks and green spaces of the city. Drug addiction, government grant grifting schemes, and terrible political leadership continue to make this problem worse. And we continue to document this ongoing crisis. Thank you for watching. My name's Glenn Morgan, and this is We the Governed. We took some drone footage recently in January of 2021, just showing what some of the homeless drug addiction camps that are kind of spreading throughout the city of Olympia look like when the leaves have blown off the trees. And I think that these videos speak for themselves. And I just think it's important for our viewers to understand what this kind of a situation looks like when it's gotten entirely out of control, when political leadership has abandoned all leadership, and when there's a effective, controlled effort in this kind of homeless industrial complex world of pushing and supporting and enabling situations like this to get as out of control as you'll see here. This first video, I'm just going to show the camp that is spreading across from Capitol Lake, within sight of the Capitol. We've documented this before, but imagine that when you leave the state capitol and you drive around Lake, this is intended to be a reflecting pond and a beautiful park and a great scenery. This is what you'll see, and I think this drone shot really speaks for itself. Okay, that's what it looks like across Capitol Lake from the state capitol. If we go just a little ways across town over to St. Pete's Hospital and go down the street, Ensen Road and Martin, we did take some drone footage you might have seen before that's about a year old or so now. Here's new drone footage looking through the trees at this kind of homeless junkie camp that starts from the back of the pot shop located on Martin Way, and it goes all the way back to the wetlands. This is what this camp looks like today. Okay, this footage is the final one I'm gonna show because we've talked about this camp. We showed some video footage recently of what it looks like if you drive by the road, and here's what the camp, and this is located Wheeler. It's kind of between St. Pete's Hospital and the Capitol. It's just a little ways away from the state capitol. And it's located right next to I-5. And this is the camp that you'll see if you drive on I-5 and you're wondering where all those garbage piles and blue tarps are located. This is what it looks like from the air next to I-5. And this Wheeler Street camp has just expanded and it just continues to grow, and it's expanded across the street. And this is what it looks like from the air. Now, as you can see from this footage, these camps are only growing. As we've documented over the last few years, this problem is expanding, it's getting a lot worse, it's spreading to all the parks and the green spaces. This is just a small fraction of what's actually happening in the city of Olympia, and it's happening in cities up and down the West Coast. It is not an accident. Unfortunately, this seems to be policy, but with local governments, and that they're promoting and pushing this through various grant grifting schemes and people who have no interest in solving the problem, only in making sure they get a lot of money to ensure the problem doesn't get better. So we really need to make sure that it's not covered up or concealed, which I think is one of the concerns that we have, that the traditional approach to covering these situations is to ignore the problem or pretend like it doesn't exist. It's not how you solve anything. You have to document and recognize what's actually there. There are solutions that can be found for this. We've written about some of those options on our website, and we'll continue to document those moving forward. But I think if I could close with a call to action on this video, it's for people who live in places where this is happening, start to document what's actually happening. Make sure you're communicating that information to your elected officials. They may be fully aware of it, but sometimes you'd be surprised how much is concealed from them. And more importantly, document it for your community, because this is unacceptable. This should not be occurring in our state. It shouldn't be occurring in our cities. It doesn't matter where you live. This is not appropriate in a country as wealthy as ours that clearly has the resources that we could solve some of these problems. Thank you for watching, though. If you want to learn more, go to wethegovern.com. I encourage you, if you think I've missed something, please add that to the comments below. I'm fully aware there's a lot more camps that we didn't cover, but I think that this basically communicates the idea. I do read all the comments. I try to respond to as many as we can, and I'm going to remind you I have been censored on other social media platforms. Right now, YouTube's keeping this video up, obviously, but if you can share it with others or encourage people to subscribe directly on the website, that's a little bit harder for somebody to censor, and that way you'll get the information and find out about what's going on with our videos as soon as they're published. Thank you, and do remember, the future does belong to those who show up.